Okay, Roomba Challenge Part 3. I finally got that long block in there, and so in case you were wondering what it looks like, there it is. Position X in millimeter greater than 950 or less than minus 950, and then the same thing in Y. And those are joined by an and. And it does work. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to pull this off to the side and just use the simplest one, which is the front eye is near object. So now let's start thinking about how to improve this. I want to add one custom block to make a nice art project out of this. And that will be, okay, I make a block and I'm going to call this random color. Okay, so I get my define here, and then under my blocks, where do we want to create a random color? How about right after we back up and go in a different direction? I would put it, if you put it right here, it'll change the color every step, which kind of slows the program down. Okay. We are going to use a variable for this, and the variable is going to be called color. Okay, so I'm pulling the color variable out, and I'm pulling the set color. Set color to a certain thing. Well, we have this cool little random number generator. So let's set our color to a random number between 1 and 3. And then ask another series of questions. If then. If, and now the question we're asking has to do with the variable. If the color equals 1, then we are going to change the pen, which is under looks, set robot pen color to something. Let's say red. Now I can just copy and paste this entire loop. If the color is 2, I set the pen to green. What just happened? I copy and paste again, and if the color is 3, then I set it to blue. So this is a simple little block that every time you run it will change to one of these 3 random colors. So now if I go in and run this, and by the way, this stuff off to the side makes no difference. Oops. Yeah, well, you can see it a little bit. So now we bounce, and we changed color. And so I could run this for a really long time. And let's see what happens when I do. I'm just going to go ahead and pause and let this run for a while. Okay, so this has been running for a while. Let me expand it. Ooh, that was big. That's too big. And you can see that I've kind of missed a few spots. It's a good art project, but it's not a great vacuum cleaner because there are huge spots on the floor that it's missed. So as we start to think about how we could improve the algorithm, there are different strategies. One of them is to think, well, if I'm vacuuming, how do I make the decision about where to go next? It's not as simple as go forward forever, bump into something, and turn. That's not going to work. Also, we can change these parameters. So maybe we could get a little closer to the wall because we don't want to miss those areas. So my question for you is now, how can we improve this to make it catch more of the surface? And that's my bonus challenge for today. I want you to think about what you can add to this program to get it to cover more of that surface without having to go over it a zillion times. And I really do know how to end videos, people.